my name is DC. I'll be giving you match analysis for UCLA versus Michigan. This is the NCAA soccer. I don't know if I should say soccer highlights or soccer league. I don't know if that's the official name for the league. Otherwise, let's get into the first goal of the match. Alright, so a cross is played in. Okay, so I could say he stepped out. He stepped out because I feel maybe he was supposed to be here, because you have this massive gap of space in which this player does exploit. Yes, because it just came from a ball over the top. This guy does he does try to fight for the ball. Unfortunately, he does not manage to do that, and he ends up getting overpowered. The attacking player here continues his run and shot on goal, and ends up going in the net. The keeper could have done better, but it's an awkward angle, and then again, it's a great strike. Let's not take away from that, but this is why it's so dangerous to have space, because when you think the angle is not enough for someone to score, they either end up scoring, or usually their teammates they manage to score off a deflection, or maybe the keeper saves it, runs into traffic, and and the attacker scores and celebrates the goal well. But this is a very well taken goal, let me not lie to you. Okay, let's just wait for the replays a bit. I do feel the keeper could have done better. Should have done better, and he continues celebrating. Yeah, he definitely enjoyed that. Alright, so yeah, as we're waiting for the replay to show us maybe a different angle of that goal. Yeah, so I think he hits it off the outside of his foot, and the goalkeeper, yeah, he doesn't really do well. I think also the way he's standing means he can only use a specific hand. Otherwise, yeah, that was the first goal of the match. Maybe spent a bit too much time analyzing that one. Let's head on to the second goal. Okay, this is a good example of quick 1-2s. It allows the player to get into space, puts in a cross, and unfortunately, it's an own goal. It's one of those whereby you're trying to kick the ball out of play, but it ends up, I don't know, your foot either goes under the ball or just slightly over and changes its trajectory. But yeah, because I think he would have had it, they would have defended it well, but unfortunately, there's nothing much he could do. It goes in the back of his own net, and yeah, those own goals hurt sometimes. They do hurt, and it did seem as if his teammate was going there to comfort him. So yeah, that's a sign of a good teammate. Even if you make a mistake, they're just there to, get on with the game. Okay, this is the third goal of the match. This comes from a set piece cross. This is why near post flicks are very dangerous. Those of you that played FIFA 19, especially if it's me, I used to use it, especially when I was using Gareth Bale on corners. Put him near the near post, because in that game he's tall and he'll just flick it into the back of the net. Yeah, and that's what happens. This is why you always have to, when you're defending, you don't necessarily have to get the ball. You just have to prevent the player from him doing something good with the ball. But why do I feel this is another own goal, or maybe another deflected goal? Because he does celebrate, but I don't know, he's not celebrating the way he usually, I don't know, there's a certain way. Anyway, let me just see the replay. I just want to confirm if he really got the last touch of that one. Okay. Yeah, I think it deflected off him, and then the keeper wasn't able to save it. I don't know, maybe we can get another angle. Unfortunately, no, but I do feel as if the ball was definitely deflected in one way or another. Okay, let's head on to the next goal. Okay, okay, I think I went a bit too far. Alright, so let me just move a bit further. Yeah, I went slightly a bit too ahead, because this is one of these things of overplaying the ball unnecessarily. Because, let me put it back a bit again, because I'm still way too far. Back again. Okay, so he retains possession of the ball. I don't know if the the player that's here is marked or unmarked. But I do feel if he got his head up quickly enough, he could have played it into the space here. Because I do feel if he played a straight ball, it would have been intercepted. Like if he played like that, it would have probably been intercepted. But maybe if he played it into space, he would have come maybe into this area to receive the ball. But unfortunately, he dilly-dallies on the ball. So he takes a touch, and then he tries to pass it into his teammate. Now the problem is, he passes it to his teammate, and then you know what he does? He goes towards his teammate. So his teammate does not have any other option to take. He has no other place to take the ball except maybe just kick it somewhere, because he is getting pressured by him. He's also getting pressured by him. And he's put his teammate into a trap. He did not need to play that ball into his teammate. It's one of those things whereby you're trying to play out from the back, but sometimes better you kick it forward and maybe just concede the throw-in rather than having this where he's going to lose the ball, but it's not necessarily his fault. It is teammates' fault for playing the ball back to him when there's pressure. And yes, he does lose the ball, and then now they do gain possession again, but this is one of those times whereby I think just kick it, because he stays with the ball and then they nick it off him. So he was dilly-dallying, he was just waiting. But this is one of those examples whereby it's not really a good idea to like play out the box, because in this specific area, let's just count the number of players that are there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the defensive players trying to play out the back. Now let's count the attacking players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe it was not a good idea trying to play out the back from that area specifically. Alright, so they managed to nick the ball off him, takes a shot on goal, and hits. It does enter the goal, but slightly, or not really slightly, it hits the post. But I do have the feeling that the goal was slightly deflected once again, and maybe the keeper could have done slightly better. I don't think he's having the best of games. Yeah, but this is one of those times where just overplaying the ball in an area where it's not supposed to be overplayed in leads to you conceding. Yeah, so, okay, so I do feel this is a deflected goal. Yeah, slightly deflected. I think it hits the player's foot as it was going through his legs. And yeah, the goalkeeper is upset because they overplayed the ball in an area where they're not supposed to overplay it, and he ends up conceding the goal. And I do like this from the keeper because he is showing responsibility by not really shouting, by letting his teammates know he is not happy that that he considered a goal, and he wants them to sharpen up. Yeah, I can feel the goalkeeper's pain there. Alright, so let's head on to the next goal. Okay, so it starts off on the wing. He pushes it out, and deflected, goal. Not really deflected, but the trajectory was deflected. Alright, so let's analyze this a bit. He has way too many touches moving towards goal. Someone should have probably put a shoulder in or just attempted a challenge. He gets a free shot, and then now I think it hits him, then it deflects off him, then it moves into the stride of the attacker, and I think it's one of those FIFA goals whereby the ball just deflects in any direction, whichever way possible. It's one of those goals because you see, he moves in, not enough. Okay, this is one of the problems. I see what he's trying to do. He is worried that if he approaches the ball, he is going to pass to the teammate here. That's why he's positioned himself like that. He's positioned himself such that he's expecting the player that has the ball here to pass it to him here. Now, here's the thing. If he went for the ball, if he went to make a challenge for the ball, he would have passed it. Yes, maybe he would have passed it, but he would have also gotten the ball. And even if he had passed it to him here, I think he would have had enough time to get into position to block him off from doing anything so they could just recycle and avoid conceding a shot. Because some of these shots can be very dangerous. Very dangerous because it leads to deflection. Sometimes your goalkeeper may not be able to save the ball and such issues. Alright, so first deflection, second deflection, and the attacker reacts quicker, but it's one of those, I don't know, it's one of those ping pong balls. I think Maguire said it best. I think it's Neymar that ended up scoring against Man U in that type of fashion, yeah. It's one of those ping pong, the ball is everywhere, but with better pressure towards the ball and defending, this definitely could have been prevented. Alright, let's head on to the 6th goal of the match. Okay. Yeah, that moment is coming. Alright, so here's the attacking player, manages to escape 2 players. Now, if you're going to try and foul someone, or try and get the ball off them in an, illegal way, if you're going to concede the card, just concede the card. Rather than you trip the player, he continues moving, and then you end up getting carded because the ref is probably going to allow the advantage to be played. If you want to prevent that ball from being played forward, if you're going to tackle them, just be honest. Pull his shirt, make sure he falls down, but take the card. Rather than you foul him, you fail to foul him, he continues with the ball, and you end up getting carded, which means you just fail to do both. Alright, so he continues his run. Now this burst of space, the burst of space here is impressive. And okay, now let's highlight this here, because this is where goals usually come from. Okay, so he is looking there. He is not looking behind him. He is looking here when he should actually be looking at what's behind him, because I do feel he could have cut off this cross. His mind is also there. And then we have these 2 sets of players, 2 attacking players, 2 defensive players. They are tight, but let's see what happened. Let's see their position as the ball comes in. So he puts in a cross. As I was saying, the player that is here, the one that was looking the wrong way, unfortunately does not pay attention to the people behind him, and the ball ends up skipping past him. The attacking player is more alert, and yes, he's more alert. And then what he does is that he dummies the ball by not touching it, by just being in front of the ball and letting it pass through him. And unfortunately, this guy has been allowed way too much space. Here, I thought that he scored the goal there, but at least I gave you some analysis there. So he is all alone. He is all alone from a ball that could have been cut out somewhere here, because the player was paying attention to the wrong thing. Because if he was looking back and forth, he would have probably put himself somewhere here so that he could try and cut out the angle. He is unmarked, and let's let this play as he's about to strike the ball. Slots it into the back of the net. That's a proper finish. That is a proper finish. I think this is the same guy that scored the first goal. He is having a good game. I think they're crying for a foul, but I don't think there's any foul to be given. Okay, I went a bit too forward. Yeah, so here as the cross comes in, all of them watch the ball. This is a great assist, even though it won't be officially recorded as an assist, but this is an assist. And then he slots it very well. We have seen players hit the ball over the net or just take it out of play, but this is a great finish. But with more defensive alertness, this goal could have been prevented. Otherwise, my name is DC. I've been analyzing UCLA versus Michigan, NCAA. I'll see you in the next match analysis.